News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
The Sandy Valley victim name is released, and a group of students move forward with a park opening. News starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Eunette Gentry. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
We learned the identity of a shooting suspect. It's Tuesday, May 7th. I'm Eunette Gentry, a female who died from a reported gunshot wound in Las Vegas, according to authorities.
The Clark County coroner reports that 58-year-old Kim Rebecca King has been identified as the person who died on Sunday night off Sandy Valley Road and Highway 160. King is described as a Caucasian female. The cause and manner of death, according to the Clark County coroner, are still pending. However, it has been reported that King was shot in the chest and pronounced deceased at the scene. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department says that this is being investigated as a suspicious death. No further information has been released at this time.
Police have released further information about the three-vehicle crash that sent two people to a Las Vegas trauma center Friday, one of them an 11-year-old child.
Patrol members be advised.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office have reported additional information regarding the three-vehicle accident that occurred in Beatty on Friday. 54-year-old Keith Notek of Arizona has been arrested in this case. He was the subject of a call earlier in the day, according to police, in which the caller reported a reckless driver. The caller allegedly told police that a vehicle was stopped on the side of U.S. Highway 95, then pulled out in front of their vehicle and stopped in the roadway for several seconds. At the scene of the crash, witnesses and security camera footage show that the vehicle driven by Notek rear-ended two cars at a high rate of speed. The vehicles that were involved in this accident were reportedly driving at the 25-mile-per-hour posted speed limit. Both of the occupants of one vehicle were transported to UMC Trauma Center via Mercy Air with serious injuries. Two individuals were transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital, according to Fire Chief Scott Lewis. Notek was taken to the clinic in Beatty with injuries, and it was reported that he was showing signs of being impaired. Deputies made contact with him at the clinic and also located an open bottle of alcohol inside his vehicle. Police say that Notek admitted to police that he had had 3 drinks earlier that morning. Keith Notek was arrested for driving under the influence with substantial bodily harm ×2, reckless driving ×2, and open container. He was transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office now has an update regarding last week's rollover crash.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office report an update concerning the May 2nd rollover with an ejection that was originally reported by the Sheriff's Office as a fatal accident. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has made a correction that the victim was transported via Mercy Air to a trauma center in Las Vegas in critical condition and remains there. This accident occurred on Leslie Street and Pilot Place Thursday afternoon. The identity of the accident victim has not been released at this time.
And stay tuned right here to KPVM, where we say that stands for keeping Pahrump and our area viewers in mind. We'll be right back.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the Sheriff's Office has received more complaints about a reported phishing scam we need to warn you about.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office report that they've been made aware of a scam that is affecting residents here in Nye County. Seniors have been especially targeted and are vulnerable to these types of phishing scams. They say the caller claims to be from a bank or financial institution, reporting that the victim's account has been compromised. Police say that these scams are an attempt to collect sensitive information like your social security number, account number, PIN number, birth date, or bank account. If you receive these types of phone calls, you can hang up and call back your known number for your financial institution to ask any further questions. News 25 has learned today that there is an additional scam that is happening, reportedly from a company called TSI, in which they attempt to gain personal information after they call, saying that there is an outstanding balance for a walk-in medical clinic. The caller doesn't give any further information until the proposed target gives additional private information about themselves, including their address. If you receive these types of phone calls, hang up and call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000.
Ride-sharing companies are ready to protest. That and more with Angela Miles in today's Business First Brief.
Drivers for Uber and Lyft are planning to strike Wednesday morning in several major cities worldwide. It's happening as Uber prepares an IPO this week. Drivers are demanding better pay and labor practices. Executives with Uber admit there will be discontent as that company moves toward driverless cars. Turning to earnings, Occidental Petroleum reported an increase in its revenue to $4.1 billion. Occidental is in that bidding war to buy Anadarko. The bid is gaining momentum now that billionaire Warren Buffett is involved with his $10 billion investment in Occidental. Oxy shares rallied yesterday. Anadarko stock is trading above $75. Kraft Heinz is cleaning up the books. The company needs to restate its finances dating back to 2016. The packaged food company says the errors are related to lapses in procurement practices by some employees. Warren Buffett is Kraft Heinz's largest stakeholder. Shareholders in general hope the worst is over.
Thanks, Angela. And auctioneer Ski Sinski from Estate 411 is emceeing and conducting the celebrity auction Friday night at the Pahrump Nugget. Our very own Deanna O'Donnell is being auctioned off for this charity event. The Jay Breslin fundraiser featuring the Randy Anderson Band will be May 10th from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. in the Events Center at the Nugget. 31-year-old father of two young boys, Jason Breslin, was critically injured in a crash back in April and has been placed back in ICU. Breslin was riding his motorcycle when he was struck by a vehicle. Everyone is invited to attend this huge event in his honor, featuring the Randy Anderson Band, and a celebrity auction to benefit him will be held. There will also be a photo booth, raffle prizes, a donation-only dinner, dancing, a biker awareness ride, and so much more. All bikers will meet at Petrick Park at 4 p.m. Please make time to stop by the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino beginning at 5 p.m. this Friday. And if you want to donate to Jay Breslin, you can come by as well. Well, the grand opening of Trojan Park was held over the weekend. This park off of Wilson Road is just at the beginning of what is planned for the future.
Today was our opening day for Trojan Park. We invited the community with a coalition here at Nye County with the National Honor Society of Pahrump Valley High School. And it was ribbon cutting day. Electra Stukowski came and gave each one of the members of both the YouthWorks and Pahrump Valley High School's National Honor Society members a certificate for their efforts toward community service. Well, I know that National Honor Society has been working on it for 6 months, just about every Saturday that we didn't get rained out. And this property, not to contradict, is actually owned by Nye Community School District. So the property itself is actually lands used for school and thereby can be created into this park by members of the school. It's disc golf, and those that are aficionados will make a face if you say frisbee golf. We have 9 holes and 2 warm-up holes, hoping to expand, but that's on the projection, maybe for next year. There's a 1-mile walking path that we cleared rock and debris, as well as put down the chat, which was, help me girls, was it 50 or 60 tons of chat?
Too many.
A whole lot of chat that we moved by wheelbarrows, etc. So as we get more donations and we can afford to fulfill the rest of the vision, yes, it needs more benches, it needs shade. We have, of course, got a entrance sign in the making. That should be up shortly. The vision is to give the people of Pahrump another community space, but especially the teenagers of the Pahrump area who need more to do. With that in mind, we have beautiful views. And it also established 31 wonderful teenagers that I am proud to work with that now have developed a love for community service. Well, right now we're working on how much it will be open on the weekend, but I can promise it'll be open all business hours Monday through Friday. Stacy Smith and I are trying to figure out which one of us will open gates possibly on Saturdays, and people should look for that to be going on from this day forward. Won't they please send any donations or help to Pahrump Valley High School in the name of National Honor Society?
We're excited about this. We just moved down here to teach this last year. My wife teaches at Floyd. I teach at the high school. The college that we graduated has a disc golf course on the actual campus grounds. And so we would disc golf, especially during the summer, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
I see.
So to come down here and there was no disc golf course, we have all these discs and nowhere really to throw them unless we want to drive into Las Vegas. So when I heard that they were doing this disc golf course, we were really excited about it. The kids are really excited about it. So we were really looking forward to this. We were up in Montana. With the rules of disc golf and kids, it's whatever they want to do.
Good point.
For the most part, it's not too much different than golf itself. Usually throw from your starting pad, which is where my two oldest sons are sitting now. And then you're still counting every single shot and throw. You have different discs. There's drivers, there's mid-ranges, there's putters, and they fly it as different manner or stability. Some are a little heavier, like his putter, won't go very far, but it also stays pretty straight. Okay. Other than that, you still just play it almost like you would any other sport. There's different ways to throw, different techniques to throw.
And don't grab that remote. Stay tuned right here to News 25, because when we come back, we'll tell you about a special event happening at an area church.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Welcome back. Well, this weekend, a special event is planned at the Catholic Church on Game Bird Road. Choir member Vern He has all those details for you.
6:30 on May 11th, we're having a memorial concert for our former music director named Melvin Corpin. And Melvin passed away last year from complications to cancer. He was really, well liked at the church. He had been there for roughly 6 years. And, just by looking at the guy, he would seem like just an ordinary guy. But the man was literally a musical genius. He was at 5 years old playing the piano by ear. He composed his first song when he was 10 years old. He then was pretty well known in the Philippines. He had been awarded some music awards for doing musical scores for movies in the Philippines. And then in 2015, when he had been here for about 2 years, we didn't even know he was famous. One day he just came in, oh, by the way, I'm going to be gone for the weekend. I'm going to be playing for the Pope Francis in the Philippines. And we're all sitting there scratching our heads, how did he get that gig, And it turns out he is really well liked there. I think over like 20,000 people went to his funeral when he did pass away. Quite a few people. And so it's his 1 year anniversary, and we're going to have our concert at the church. Again, it's 6:30, May 11th, and it'll be like an hour and a half of music. We have a group from California, the Walrayan Initiative Network. They are coming. They also were conducted by Melvin, and they are trying to keep their culture alive in California, and so they'll be joining us, and they're a very good choir too. So it should be a fabulous evening of music and just pure entertainment. It's free. We will be having a raffle, and there'll be you can donate if you want, but it's absolutely free.
Wonderful.
Our Lady of the Valley, and we're wearing these T-shirts in memory of him. I'm just getting sad just thinking about them. But we're going to try to make it a very festive evening. Just doing the show and rehearsing, a lot of times it's hard because it's actually less than a year. May 11th will be the full year. And many of the songs were composed by the choir members. He was such a musical genius. He could take our poems, our songs, our thoughts, and turn it into music. And we're still singing those songs to this very day. It's hard to replace a man like that.
Well, lots of applicants were interviewed on the spot at Friday's job fair held at Nye Communities Coalition.
It was a good turnout. We had about 120, give or take, job seekers. I know that several employers that were here took in quite a few applications and interviewed on site. We'll get those numbers compiled next week sometime and see how many actually got jobs out of the event. So
there's employers here that are just ready with positions, on the spot interviews. One of the big people that we're hiring here today had to be the fireworks store, which is looking for 50 positions, right?
Yeah, as they get to their season, they are looking for individuals to be there, and it's not easy work, but hey, it's money in your pocket, and it helps the community because any time that we're having people hired in the community, that money stays in the community because if you're making money, then you go and you spend $1 at the store, you know what I mean, and it keeps everything well-oiled machine in Pahrump. So Desert View hasn't been to our job fair in quite a few years, so it was nice to see them here, and they were very pleased with the turnout in the event. They said they had quite a few prospects that they've met with and interviewed. So Noodles and Crepes, the new business in town, they stayed a short time because they had to get to the restaurant, but we did still have someone representing and taking applications for them. Just come down to the resource room, 1020 East Wilson Road. Come to orientation is every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Learn about all of our resources that we have to assist you, our workshops. We have training dollars that we can spend if you are a fit for our program. If you're underemployed, unemployed, or just looking for a career change, come down and talk to us and see what we can find for you. Also, I did want to mention that we still have our director position open. For those that are interested, come on down and apply. They can look at the job on the job board, or they can go on employee.nv.gov and take a look at that job, see if they qualify. Next job fair will be in August, and anytime that an employer is in town, want to post their positions with us and put them on the board, we'll screen the employees and prospects for them ahead of time. The jobs will go up on our job boards here and the public library, but they can come down and, be a part of the big event.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, it's time to take a look outside now through our Glenn Lerner weather cam at our current conditions. It's a beautiful day outside, but the sun and a bit of sprinkles are fighting for the current reign of the atmosphere. We'll take a closer look at our weather and whether or not you should take that umbrella out when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 83 degrees, a low of 62. In Death Valley, 96-70. In Amargosa, a high of 84, a low of 55. 80-54 in Beatty, 71-46 in Goldfield. Tonopah at 69-44. Carson City at 74-45. Fallon, a high of 77, a low of 47. And Fernley at 76-46. Today in Pahrump, we have mostly sunny skies. Our high today was 83 degrees. Winds coming out the west-southwest at 7 miles per hour, 23% humidity, and our sunrise at 5:44 a.m. For tonight, It's currently 81 degrees outside with partly cloudy skies. Our low tonight is expected to be about 56 degrees. Winds coming out of the west at 6 miles per hour. Humidity at 41% and 7:36 tonight for our sunset. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, we still have a lot of clouds hanging out in the sky. Friday and Saturday, we're expecting some rain at 60% on Friday and at 50% on Saturday, so have those umbrellas on standby. Temperature-wise, on Wednesday, we're going to have a high of 85 degrees. On Thursday, we're going to drop down to 73, Friday down to 71, and Saturday, our high is going to be down at 68 degrees. On Sunday, we're going to start a climb back up with a high of 75, and Monday and Tuesday, highs of 81 and 83. For overnights, on Wednesday, next Monday, and next Tuesday, our lows are going to be at 60 degrees. Then Thursday to Sunday this week, we're just going to see our lows in about that mid-50 range, just between 55 and 57 degrees. So now if you can't make it home in time to catch the news live on TV, make sure to check out our Facebook page where you can catch the news live every night at 5 on the go. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Eunette.
Thanks, Michael. Well, it looks like we might have a bit of a wet weekend, so keep those umbrellas handy, and if those roads get slick out there, please drive carefully. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Eunette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you again tomorrow. Good night.